12 fast attack craft emerge from coastal waters. They form a crescent formation. Target is a lone guided missile destroyer. The strait is only 4 miles wide. Escape routes are limited. This is asymmetric naval warfare. Small versus large. Speed versus firepower. Naval Frontline reports from the tactical edge where doctrine meets reality. The destroyer detected the boats at 0547 local time. Range was 8 nautical miles. Radar identified multiple surface contacts. Command went to general quarters immediately. Crew rushed to battle stations. The attack craft accelerated to 40 knots. They began coordinated evasive maneuvers. Each boat carries anti-ship missiles, some equipped with rocket pods. Others mount heavy machine guns. Total crew across the flotilla numbers 60 combatants. The destroyer displaces 9,000 tons. Crew complement is 300, armed with vertical launch systems. Phalanx close-in weapon systems active. Rolling airframe missiles ready. 5-inch naval gun loaded. But the math creates problems. 12 targets moving independently. High speed, low radar cross-section. The destroyer can engage multiple threats, but saturation remains the concern. Naval Frontline tracks this evolving confrontation. The attack craft split into 3 groups. 4 boats per element. They approach from different vectors. Classic swarm tactics. Overwhelm defensive systems through numbers. Force split attention and fire control. The destroyer begins tracking prioritization. Fire control radars lock onto lead boats. Electronic warfare systems activate. Chaff launchers prepare countermeasures. But the boats keep closing. Range drops to 5 nautical miles, then 4. The narrow strait offers no room for evasive maneuvering. Shallow waters limit submarine support. No friendly air cover overhead. The destroyer is alone. 2 fleets meet in confined waters. One mistake triggers escalation. Who controls the tactical initiative here? Naval Frontline analyzes the force dynamics. Attack craft doctrine relies on speed and numbers. Get inside the engagement envelope fast. Launch missiles before defensive systems respond. Retire at maximum speed. The destroyer's advantage is firepower and sensors, long-range detection, precision weapons, layered defense systems. But in narrow waters, those advantages compress. Reaction time shrinks. Margin for error disappears. The attack craft reach 3 nautical miles. Weapons are within range now. Missile launch is imminent. The destroyer's captain faces critical decisions. Fire warning shots. Engage with lethal force. Request immediate support. Every second matters. Naval Frontline monitors radio traffic. Allied Naval Command receives situation reports. Regional navies go to heightened alert. Patrol aircraft scramble from nearby bases, but they need 20 minutes minimum. The confrontation happens now. At 06:12 local time, the first boat launches. Anti-ship missile leaves the rail. Smoke trail visible across the water. The destroyer systems detect launch immediately. Rolling airframe missile fires in response. Intercept occurs at 1 mile. Explosion lights the early morning sky. Debris falls into the strait, but 11 boats remain active. More missiles prepare to launch. The destroyer's phalanx system engages the nearest craft. 20mm rounds stream towards the target. Tracer fire arcs across the water. The attack boat maneuvers hard, takes evasive action at full speed. Rounds impact near the hull. Splashes erupt around the vessel. The boat maintains course, returns fire with machine guns. Rounds strike the destroyer's superstructure. No penetration of armored sections. But the message is clear. This is active combat. Naval Frontline confirms rules of engagement are active. The destroyer fires its main gun. 5-inch round impacts 300 meters ahead of lead boat. Warning shot, clear signal to break off. The attack craft do not withdraw. Instead, they accelerate. Range closes to 2 nautical miles. Multiple boats prepare simultaneous launch. This is the saturation scenario. More missiles than defensive systems can handle. Mathematics of modern naval warfare. The destroyer launches multiple interceptors. Rolling airframe missiles streak toward incoming threats. Fire control divides attention across 12 targets. Phalanx systems track multiple vectors. The captain orders helm hard to starboard. Maximum speed. Create movement unpredictability. Electronic warfare suite activates full jamming. But what happened during the night shift changed everything. Intelligence reports missed critical information. These attack craft received new guidance systems, upgraded targeting capability, enhanced coordination technology. The boats operate as networked swarm, distributed intelligence across the flotilla. One boat destroyed does not degrade mission capability. Others compensate automatically. This changes tactical calculations fundamentally. Naval Frontline accesses classified briefing materials. 3 more missiles launch simultaneously. They approach from different bearings, high subsonic speed, sea-skimming profiles. The destroyer's defenses engage all 3. First missile intercepted at 800 meters. Second destroyed at 500 meters. Third penetrates closer. Phalanx engages at 200 meters. Shell fragments shower the water. Missile debris impacts sea surface, but the warhead detonates on impact. Pressure wave hits destroyer's port side. Hull sustains moderate damage. No flooding reported. Casualties minimal, but combat capability degraded 5%. More boats closing fast. Range now 1 nautical mile. Direct fire weapons active. Machine gun rounds exchange across open water. Rocket pods fire unguided munitions. The destroyer returns fire with all available systems. Main gun fires repeatedly. Phalanx streams continuous fire. Small arms from deck positions. The strait fills with smoke and tracer fire. 2 attack craft take hits. One begins smoking heavily, loses speed rapidly. Crew abandons vessel. Second boat damaged but operational. Maintains formation with remaining craft. 9 boats still combat effective. They circle the destroyer at close range. Maintain constant movement. Never present static target. The tactical situation favors neither side completely. Destroyer has superior firepower and protection. Attack craft have numbers and maneuverability. In open ocean, the destroyer dominates. In confined strait, the advantage shifts. This is where doctrine meets geography. Naval Frontline assesses strategic implications. This confrontation demonstrates new reality. Small nations acquire swarm capabilities. Fast attack craft are relatively inexpensive. Anti-ship missiles proliferate globally. Narrow waterways become high-risk zones. Traditional naval superiority faces asymmetric challenges. One destroyer cannot control strait against determined swarm. Naval power projection requires different calculus. Allied command watches situation develop. Satellite imagery tracks engagement real-time. 2 fighter aircraft diverted to area. Estimated arrival 12 minutes. Attack helicopters launch from forward base, armed with anti-surface missiles. But the boats know timing matters. They must achieve objective before air support arrives. 3 boats execute coordinated missile strike. Launches occur within 5 seconds. The destroyer's systems detect all 3. Automated defense prioritizes threats. Closest missile engaged first. Rolling airframe destroys first target. Phalanx engages second missile. Intercept at 300 meters. Third missile evades initial defensive fire. Continues toward target. Final Phalanx engagement at 70 meters. Missile destroyed. But explosion occurs dangerously close. Shrapnel peppers superstructure. Radar array sustains damage. Fire control capability reduced 15%. The destroyer's situation deteriorates incrementally. Each engagement degrades combat systems slightly. Ammunition expenditure reaches concerning levels. Phalanx magazines at 40%. Rolling airframe launchers at 30%. The swarm strategy achieves its purpose. Attrit defenses through sustained pressure. Is this a warning or the start of something bigger? Naval Frontline considers escalation pathways. Regional tensions already elevated. This confrontation crosses multiple thresholds. Actual weapons fired, casualties sustained both sides. Strategic waterway contested actively. Neutral shipping halts completely. Insurance rates spike immediately. Commercial traffic reroutes around region. Economic impact spreads rapidly. Allied response becomes critical factor. Failure to support isolated destroyers sends message. Small nations can challenge naval powers. Asymmetric tactics succeed in confined waters. But escalation risks major conflict. Fighter aircraft arrive overhead at 0634 local time. They conduct low passes over attack craft. Clear show of force, visual deterrent. The boats begin withdrawing. They maintain formation, retire at high speed toward coastal waters. The destroyer does not pursue. Damage control teams assess battle damage. Medical personnel treat wounded. Fire control restores damaged systems. The engagement lasted 22 minutes, longest 22 minutes of the deployment. Naval Frontline compiles engagement statistics. 12 attack craft participated initially. 2 destroyed completely. 3 damaged moderately. 7 returned to base. 1 destroyer engaged. Hull damage moderate. Systems damage significant. Crew casualties 4 wounded, none killed. Ammunition expenditure 38% total capacity. The tactical draw conceals strategic questions. Who controls these waters now? The destroyer survived the swarm, but cannot guarantee safe passage alone. The attack craft withdrew, but demonstrated capability to threaten major warship. Naval Frontline analyzes post-engagement developments. Regional powers claim tactical victory. State media shows attack craft returning, presents engagement as successful deterrent. Allied command disputes this narrative, points to destroyed boats. Notes destroyer remained operational. Both sides claim success. Truth lies somewhere between. The strategic balance shifted slightly. Narrow waterways now higher risk. Swarm tactics proven viable. Asymmetric warfare validated. Traditional naval dominance questioned. Fleet planners reassess narrow strait operations. Destroyer escorts increase from 1 to 3 ships. Air cover becomes mandatory requirement. Anti-swarm doctrine requires immediate development. Small boat threat elevated to primary concern. The incident ripples across naval community. Other nations study the engagement carefully. Attack craft sales increase globally. Anti-ship missile procurement accelerates. Naval budgets shift toward defensive systems. Close-in weapon upgrades prioritized. The front line moved that morning. Naval warfare evolved incrementally. Small nations gained asymmetric option. Confined waters favor unconventional tactics. This changes regional deterrence calculations. Naval Frontline projects future implications. More confrontations likely in narrow straits. Swarm tactics will proliferate regionally. Destroyer operations require enhanced support. Solo patrols become unacceptable risk. The age of isolated capital ship dominance fades. Network-centric small craft warfare emerges. Tactical initiative shifts toward distributed threats. Does this escalate next? Regional tensions remain elevated. Both sides claim justification. Attack craft modernization continues. Destroyer deployments increase frequency. The narrow strait becomes permanent flashpoint. Commercial shipping remains disrupted. Insurance requires naval escort. Economic pressure builds on all parties. But neither side seeks major conflict. The engagement served political purposes, demonstrated capability without triggering war, drew new tactical boundaries, established revised deterrence baseline. Naval Frontline concludes assessment. The sea remains contested. No side achieved decisive control. The destroyer survived but proved vulnerable. The swarm withdrew but proved effective. Future engagements will test these lessons. Commanders adjust tactics accordingly. The front line adapts continuously. What does the next move look like at sea? Enhanced destroyer formations likely. 3 ship groups minimum. Dedicated air cover mandatory. Counter-swarm weapons deployed, but attack craft evolve simultaneously. More boats per flotilla. Better coordination systems. Improved missile guidance. The tactical race continues. Naval Frontline remains deployed where fleets meet first. The narrow strait incident demonstrates modern reality. Naval power faces asymmetric challenges. Geography matters as much as firepower. Swarm tactics change engagement calculus. Traditional superiority requires new doctrine. The confrontation ended. The strategic questions remain. Who controls narrow waters? How do major navies adapt? What comes next in confined spaces? Naval Frontline continues monitoring. The tactical edge never sleeps. Subscribe to Naval Frontline where fleets meet first.